So this is the main screen. By default, what RenPy creates to get you started. So all this will be different. Hit your start button to start her up. And this is the temporary place where you'll be dropped off. You can see up top it shows you your current location. You don't have a course set for any planet. Fuel required is obviously 0 because you have no course set. Current fuel is 250 units. You have 1,000 credits. You have no cargo going anywhere. So your navigation screen is this one right here, and you can click here. If you mouse over it, it shows you up in the top left hand corner you are here and what planet you're on. If you click, it'll give you information about that planet or that port. Right now, free candy is a little dev thing that I'd like you not to use, just to see how far you can get without using it, but that will refill your fuel tank for free. It shows you distance to the planet you clicked on, fuel required, and your current fuel. So close out of that, and we will click on planet Beta, which is 518 million miles. Shows you 518 million miles. Fuel required 86. Again, your current fuel. Set your course. It drops you back to the main screen. I know this is a little funky here. You'll be able to cancel the course or launch to go to that planet. So we hit launch, and we have this little animation of kind of little Star Trek-esque starfield blasting through. And when it finishes, it drops you back to here so that you can go on to the next part. So I know you'll be tempted to, but while the starfield animation is playing, don't click on anything, because I know that'll cause an issue. It's not something that I've updated yet. So stats is just going to show you basically what you see right here: how many miles you've traveled, how many total trips you've made, how many loads you've delivered. Haven't shown you loads yet, but those are coming soon. Fuel units used, fuel units purchased isn't being tracked yet, how many credits you have. This will be a nice little screen to see how you're progressing in the game. So your port systems. What port systems are going to be is, for each planet they will have different amenities that you can do. So we click on that and it shows you Planet Beta port systems. You have your market, which is where you'll buy and sell goods. Fuel depot, which is obviously where you refill your ship. Shipping is where you'll be picking up drop shipments that are basically fill your entire cargo hold, and it sends you to a planet to drop them off. You get paid for it. The way the shipments are set up is you have exactly the fuel that you need is paid for by the shipment. So starting off, you'll have enough fuel to get to any planet in the system, and the money that you make after dropping that load will be enough to refill your tank and give you extra so that you can start grinding to build up your money. So Trade Federation office is going to be like bureaucratic stuff, getting information. Bar, I'm sure you can figure out what that one's going to be for. Temple, I haven't quite decided what that's going to be yet. It depends on how deep in the lore I'm going to get for the game. Save prep, ignore. It's part of the save function that is not currently fully functional. And then you have your time widget. Right now I have this set to using part of the lore, and each day has its own different day name. But I've hence switched it back to Monday through Sunday with a regular 24-hour day, whereas the lore would have it be 9 days per week at 36 hours per day. So let's go to the shipping. And I'm using placeholder images for the backgrounds on the shipping and stuff right now. But this shows you how many credits you have. Reload function again. Try not to use it. You're just cheating yourself. But that will actually reload to give you different missions. At this point, there's really no way to, or no reason to do it, because you're going to get the same from every mission basically. So I was just using it to test to see if certain other things were working correctly. So it shows you the planet you're going to, the item you're carrying, how much fuel is required, the pay you're going to get for it, and then your action is to take the load. Something that will be added is the time required to get the load there. So there is a time limit you have, and I'll show you that back on the next screen. So we're going to take this load down here, the most expensive one, the Spice to Planet Gamma, for 1,385 credits. So you click on it, and it says, take this load of Spice to Planet Gamma for 1,385 credits. You have 16 hours to deliver the load. Okay, so you dismiss that, and you can see right now you're on Asteria, hour 9. And it shows you hours to drop the load. You have 16 hours. Current hours 0 of that 16 hours. Now, I don't have full fuel, so I'm going to go back. I want to see how far. It'll show you up here where your cargo is going. It's going to Planet Gamma. Go to our nav. Gamma is here. Okay, so because it showed up green, I do have enough gas to get there. It's going to take 152 units, and we only have 164. But we'll be able to get that back. So, set your course, and then we're going to launch. Go through our little animation again, and up here you see it, set your course for Gamma, fuel required, blah, 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 yada. Cargo is going to Gamma. Alright, so, of course, first time, we hit one of the random events. This is an unstable wormhole. You've just been teleported somewhere else on the map. So you dismiss that, go to your nav to see where you're at. You almost made it to Gamma. Almost. So we're going to hit Gamma again. Fuel required 28 units. We still got 126 left because when you go through the wormhole, it doesn't use all the fuel. It only uses a quarter of your fuel. So we're going to do there again. Try and get to Gamma this time. You see the current location was lost in space because you ended up, lost in space. Alright, so apparently we made it to Planet Gamma that time. So go back to your port systems, and now you'll see that drop load shows up on here. So if you look down here, you had hours to drop load was 16. Current hour is 12. Total of 21 hours. So even though we ended up going through that wormhole and had to make another trip, we still made it in under the amount of time that we needed. I think the least amount I've done it in is under 1 unit of time, and I barely made it. If you do not make it, so if you go to drop the load and your current hour is higher than your drop load limit, then you will only get half the pay for that trip. For this one, you dropped your load, you got paid. Eventually it will tell you how much you're getting paid each time. So we dismiss that, and now we're going to go to the fuel. Normally you would just key in how much fuel you want to buy, and you'll see if you try and put in more than you have credits for, the buy button grays out. So you can't do that. Do not click the enter button. It doesn't do anything right now except cause issues. It's going to be the actual max buy button that's right here. So what this is going to do is buy max for your ship. So you click on that and it shows 152 is the max. Hit buy. Your current fuel is now back to 250. So now we're going to go over here. We're going to go back to our shipping. We'll do one more shipping mission. And this time we'll take the ectoplasm back to Planet Alpha. We have 10 hours to deliver. So back over here to the nav. And also if you look up here, when you click on cargo, it'll show you what you're taking to what planet for how much. So nav, we're going to Alpha, which is right here. Set course. Launch. I was staring at this animation for hours, especially when it's just the animation full screen. Alright, we made it there without a problem. Port systems. Current hour is 6, so it only took us 6 hours to get there, so we're good. I want to show you, because you have a full load, because you got the dropship going, if you try and go to the market and click on any of these, it says available cargo 0. So no matter what you do in here, the buy and sell buttons will not show up, because you can't pick up a load when you have no room for it. So it'll be different. It probably won't even let you into these screens. It'll just tell you can't pick up any cargo without having an empty load. So we're going to go back to drop load. Dropped our load, and now we'll go back to the market. But first, let's get some gas. Let's reload our gas. So now we have 2150 credits left. Current fuel back to 250. So now we're going to go back to the market, and this shows what is available on this planet. Right now, all the planets have the exact same products on them, and they're all keyed to the same variation of quantities. There is a range that it chooses from on how much is there. Same for the price. These columns are if you have it on your ship already. So once you buy something, it'll show up on your on here with the quantity you bought and how much you paid for. So we're into salt, and there'll be a buy max and sell max on these screens also. I just haven't coded those yet. So we're going to buy 5 units of it's 5 tons of salt, because you have a 100-ton cargo space. So we're going to buy that. You see right here it shows you have 5 on the ship, paid 39 credits for it. So we're going to go back again, shows you right here what you paid for it, and then we're going to go back here again. We've moved in time again. We're at hour 1 on whatever day this is. We know we filled our fuel already, so we're going to go back and now pick any planet. So let's go to, I'm actually going to go here back to Gamma because it's the closest one, and this is a really small load, so the profitability of it's going to be pretty low. So we're going to click it, set our course, launch. Alright, we've made it to Planet Gamma. Go to the port systems, go back to your market, and now you see salt. The price here is only 37. We paid 39. So it comes in red showing you that it's not profitable. You'll actually lose credits if you sell on this market. So we're gonna gamble again. We'll go back. Still got 178 fuel, so that's enough to get us a little ways. We'll go back here, go here. Let's head up to Epsilon. See if we can get a better price on the salt up there. Alright, back to the market. And it's even lower. It's down to 35. So yeah, we're not making any money on salt today. So I do know, however, this is pretty low for synthetic biomass. So we're going to sell the 5 units of salt we have back here, and we're going to to buy, if you click on the number, it'll show you down here the quantity you're buying for how much. So let's try 4. Nope, 4 is too much. 3 is too much also, 2,300. Alright, so we can only afford 2 of them. So we're going to buy it, and that pretty much tanks our credits. We're going to need some fuel. So I'll buy 50 fuel units. That should get us somewhere at least. And then we're going to go to the nav. And again, I think the closest planet is Gamma. So we'll go back to Gamma. We got to cross our fingers that the synthetic biomass is worth more on Gamma than it was on Epsilon. Because otherwise we're going to be shit out of luck. And it is, significantly. So you click on it, sell your 2 units, and boom, you're at 8,614 credits. So now, you go back over here to your fuel depot. Let's load the fuel back up. Now you can keep trying your luck at different pricing and seeing what you can get, or you can come on back and grind on the drop shipments. Now, the drop shipments will not always be there. Once you do a certain amount of them, because they're like a starter mission, once you do a certain amount of them, there will be a hiatus on them being available. It'll just tell you there's no drop shipments available. That's because you should have earned enough money to start earning money from the market. There will be other ways to earn credits and things like that. This is just like the very beginning of this. There'll be other timed events and other random events that happen not only while you're traveling from planet to planet, but also when you are doing different things on the planets, like going to the Trade Federation office or into the shipping depot, talking to someone at the bar. But that's basically how it functions right now. If you all can just play around with it, see if you see any bugs that I haven't mentioned, and see how far you can get starting out without cheating. And we will go through there while I'm working on the revision that I'm doing right now. Thanks a lot.